In the following video, we see someone recording the inside of their house. Then, the person recording says that she hears something outside. Immediately after saying this, the following happens.
Your window. What is that, bro? Dad! 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 I think there's something attacking Shadow. Did you hear that, bro? Oh my god.
Right when she came out, she heard sirens. Not much info is given on the video, but it could be that the police were searching for someone who may have been outside her house. Of course, what are your thoughts? Kelsey Flynn was shopping for a dress as she was chosen to be a bridesmaid for an upcoming wedding. She came across a store that had a really nice dress, which is the one you see in this photo. She tried it on and sent this photo to her sister, who approved it and said that it was a really pretty dress. But she also added that there was something odd about the photo. In fact, she said that it was cursed and must be deleted. Kelsey had no idea what she was talking about until she looked at the background and noticed this. Her face in the mirror doesn't match the face she made for the photo. Kelsey was in shock and at a loss for words, which is the same reaction I and others had after seeing this. As always, what are your thoughts on this? If you've seen the movie Signs, then prepare to be triggered, because the following clip is very similar to that one scene that I'm sure everyone remembers. This photo was taken in 2010 at a Christmas concert. The parents who took it didn't notice anything odd about it until their son pointed this out in the background. Now that's creepy. On April 3rd at 1:10 p.m., someone received a very mysterious voicemail. The person who received it says that it was sent from France, which is weird since he lives in Canada and doesn't know anyone from there. Here's a clip of that voicemail.
You have no new messages. To listen, press 1. To you have one saved message. To delete the message, press.
There's a trend happening right now on TikTok where people are recording themselves playing a game called Red Door, Yellow Door. And honestly, some of these videos are pretty creepy. The point of the game is to put yourself under hypnosis with the help of someone else so that you can see or visualize a room filled with doors. You can open any of these doors. However, you have to be careful to not open certain doors. If you open a door and you see a man in a suit behind it, you have to stop the game immediately. The same applies if you see an old lady or a room filled with clocks. Here's a video of someone playing this game, and it's pretty creepy to say the least.
Kitchen, and that's it, pretty much.
Do you hear anything?
No.
Go towards the light more.
Go like more like in the center of the kitchen.
Yes.
Alright, I'm in the center now. It's like, now it's like neon white. I'm in a totally different room now. It's all white.
All white? Is there anyone with you?
No. Wait, this dude. Is this all plain black, man?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you alive?
Yeah.
It was an all plain black man? Are you serious? Are you joking?
No.
Oh my god.
What?
He was in the game.
Okay.
Are you okay?
What? No.
Oh my god.
What?
What's weird about this is that it doesn't explain why you have to avoid these things. Now, you could play the game and find out for yourself, but personally I wouldn't, mainly because I just don't want to come out feeling traumatized, which is something that most people report feeling after playing this game. In the following clip, a TikTok user took an hallucinogenic and began to see things that really creeped her out. Luckily, she was able to capture her reaction on camera.
Play some Play a song. Play a song. Play a song. I see you. Play a song. I see you. You're scaring me. Why aren't you saying anything? You're scaring me.
You can tell that she was genuinely terrified. If anything, this video serves as an example of what not to do when you're under the influence of something really strong, which is to not take it by yourself, especially in a dark room. Here's a video of a strange black gooey substance that someone found at a creek. People on Twitter have likened this thing to a symbiote, or more specifically, Venom from the Marvel Universe. In actuality, this is a type of worm known as the bootlace worm, which can produce mucus that's highly toxic to its predators. It can also grow up to 180 feet long, which by itself is pretty unsettling. I don't know what it is about pets, but they seem to have this uncanny ability to see things that we can't. In the following clip, Luke Hayes was playing with his cat. It's all fun and games until his cat starts acting strange.
I don't see it. Okay, you're being crazy as fuck. There's literally nothing up there. I don't know what you're looking at. Like, what are you looking at, dude? Is there a ghost? Oh my... Like, Oliver, are you serious? Like, what is up there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? I don't know what's up there. Is there some type of animal? Oliver, see? There's nothing up here. Just some coolers. Like, what are you...
Whatever it is, hopefully it doesn't make his quarantine any worse. An employee working graveyard shift is about to clock out until the following happened.
Nope. Boss!
On the bright side, this would be a perfect opportunity to ask for a promotion, or at least an early shift. This next video is a concept video, or an idea of what the rapture might look like. Obviously it's not real, but the video does a great job at making you feel uneasy and a little spooked. If the end of times were to actually happen though, and it looks a lot like this, then at least we can say we saw it beforehand. A photo of the moon was taken in Brazil on April 3rd. The photo is pretty spooky, as it looks very much like a menacing face. However, as if that wasn't creepy enough, someone commented that the face looks very similar to that of the one in this portrait, a portrait of the fallen angel, aka Lucifer. Doubtless, the resemblance is very uncanny. In Chihuahua, Mexico, there is a bridal shop that many tourists visit. It's not that the store has amazing dresses or phenomenal customer service, not that it doesn't have either, but rather because the store has a mannequin on display that looks way too real to be fake. Many think that the mannequin is in fact an actual body that was preserved by the store owner, well actually the previous store owner. According to legend, Pascuala Esparza, the previous store owner, had a daughter who was soon to be wed. However, on the day of her wedding, she was bitten by a black widow and passed away that same day. Days after this incident, Mrs. Esparza put a mannequin out on display that looked very similar to her daughter. In fact, way too similar. People put two and two together and concluded that it was Esparza's daughter that was out on display and not some mannequin. Although there might be evidence to prove this is otherwise, here's a photo of the hands on this mannequin that look way too real to be fake. As always, what are your thoughts? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until Rochelle Bonifaire was home alone, lying in bed next to her dog. She then noticed that Oz, her dog, was shaking, which according to Rachel can mean one of two things. He's in trouble, or he's scared. Oz wasn't in trouble, so he had to be scared. But what could possibly be scaring Oz so badly to the point where it's causing him to shake? The video she took might explain his behavior.
Buddy, are you okay? Calm down. Shh. Is that Kate? Buddy, what's wrong?
What are your thoughts on this? Here's a clip of a toy lamp placed on a fridge. Pay close attention to its head, or you'll miss it. Eddie Monster lives in a room above someone else's house. It came to his attention that the room he's renting is above what appears to be another room, as there's a window below his. The odd thing about this supposed room, though, is that according to his neighbor downstairs, it doesn't lead anywhere. They don't have access to this room, and neither does Eddie. However, it wasn't until weeks later that Eddie discovered a way of accessing this room through his kitchen sink. Below his sink, there's a small crevice that leads to this room. Eddie then decides to go inside and explore this mysterious room. However, feeling uneasy, he wasn't able to explore the whole space. But it's probably best that Eddie didn't do so, since his neighbor claims that sometimes he sees what appears to be someone standing by the window. Who knows what Eddie could have encountered had he gone any further. As always, what are your thoughts on this? Lori was in the bathroom when she heard a strange ringing noise coming from nowhere. Here's what she recorded.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that?
This really spooked her, but as if things couldn't get any more creepy, she recorded this. But the creepiest part about this is the fact that she responded back to this whisper.
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from.
It wasn't until watching the video that she realized what she did. Someone made a cake and it came out looking like this. If that's not terrifying, then I don't know what is. If anything, this definitely takes the cake for being the most creepy. Footage of paranormal activity was captured on camera. The camera points at a spot at which, according to the person who recorded this, unusual activity occurs. Have a look at the footage. It's pretty creepy. Let me know what you think. This next video features someone who was working on their laptop when all of a sudden the screen freezes and starts playing this sound. Most people think that she might have been hacked, as it sounds like someone breathing heavily on the other end. If that's so, then it's probably a good idea to cover up the camera. The last thing I'm sure she would want is someone stalking her. Someone found a mysterious file on their phone. They had no idea where it came from. They tried opening the file, but couldn't, as the file was in a format that couldn't be opened. They then decided to convert the file using an online converter. The conversion was a success. It converted the file into an MP3 format. However, doing this was a mistake, for the audio they heard in this file has left them feeling unnerved. Here's what they heard. Thalassophobia is a certain type of phobia that involves an intense fear of deep bodies of water. The reason as to why people have such a fear is not because of the water itself, but rather what lurks beneath it. And there's no better way to illustrate this than with the following video. Sleep recording apps, although helpful, can be pretty terrifying. Sometimes you end up with a recording that consists of you snoring throughout the entirety of the video. But there are times in which you might record something that isn't just you snoring, but something else. Something really creepy. Here's what someone recorded on their sleep recording app. The Amazon rainforest is definitely one of those places I plan on visiting before I kick the bucket. However, it's videos like these that make me reconsider the thought of going to such a place. A man is recording his surroundings when all of a sudden, after pointing the camera to himself, he records this.
Suadeira, não tá saindo nada. É no... Tá porra, cara!
While being away from home, Ben Tennyson had set up a camera in his room. The reason as to why he set one up in the first place isn't clear, but after watching this video, Ben had more than enough reason to record his room. It's probably in his best interest to get rid of the whole place. I'm sure no one would want to stay inside after seeing this. While being home alone, someone recorded the following. Hopefully it's not someone pretending to be a cat. But if it actually turns out to be a cat, then at least this video ends on a good note. I'm sure there's some people out there that would be happy to get a free pet. But what do you think? What would you do if you heard this in your own home, assuming you don't have a cat? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until someone was home alone when they recorded this.
Pero no hay nadie por la cámara. Ay, güey, cerramos la cámara. Pues sí está abierta. Y pues de este lado igual, el baño está abierto. Ay, güey, están tocando la puerta. A ver. Ay, cabrón. No hay nadie. No mames.
Those who've watched this couldn't help but shake their head after the person recording opened the front door. There's a superstition that states that if you open a door after hearing somebody knock and you don't see anyone there, you've most likely let in something malicious, an evil entity. Whether you believe this or not, the video itself is undoubtedly pretty spooky. As always, what are your thoughts? A toddler was playing in her room when all of a sudden, she sees something that scares the living daylights out of her. It's unclear as to what she saw that terrified her, but after rewatching the video, it becomes apparent that what she saw was most likely something paranormal, as the rocking horse begins to rock on its own. What are your thoughts on this? A photo was taken at the Queen Mary, and in this photo, something really creepy was captured.
Okay, look, zoom in.
Because I'm going,
zoom in.
what's that on his shoulder?
There's a hand on my shoulder. That's a hand. Do you see the creases?
If anything, this definitely adds to the belief that the Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places on Earth. Here's a mysterious creature that was found in the mudflats of Japan. In actuality, this creature is known as the green eel goby, or as the Japanese call it, warasubo. It is a type of fish that's commonly found in the Ariake Sea of Japan. Although very creepy, it is still nonetheless very tasty, as those who've tried this can't get enough of this foreign delicacy. But what do you think? If given the chance, would you try this? Let me know down below. Someone at work encountered something pretty spooky. Pay close attention to the spot right here, or you'll miss it. Now that's weird. Although this next segment is somewhat humorous, it is still nonetheless very creepy.
We don't have food and we can't go out. I have an idea.
Funny, but yeah, pretty creepy. There are countless videos out there of people's pets acting strange, and each one is just as creepy as the rest. That being said, this next video is no exception to that notion, as what's captured in it leaves you feeling spooked. Crystal Connor made a disturbing discovery after having cleaned underneath her bed. She came across what appeared to be tally marks or scratches on the floor. Although no one knows who or what could have done this, she can't help but think that this might have been the doing of something malicious, whether it's scratch marks made by something unholy, or someone who was trapped in this room, counting down the days until they were set free. One can only imagine what it might have been. Jess is a mother of one who looks after her child with the utmost care. With that said, it came to her attention that sometimes her child would act up for no reason. This baffled Jess, as she knew her child very well. It's very unusual to see him misbehave when there's nothing provoking him. What could possibly be causing him to act up when clearly there's nothing bothering him? Jess was set on finding out by recording her child whenever she wasn't around. Every night, she would leave her phone in his room with the voice recorder on. She wasn't capturing anything to explain his behavior. But then, after one night, she captures this.
No. No.
What are your thoughts on this? There's an oil painting that the internet can't stop talking about. The theories abound on this painting, as rumors state that the painting was made in blood by the artist, who later took his own life after finishing the piece. It's hard to determine whether or not the painting was actually made with his own blood, as no one has inspected the piece. But it's not that this painting may have been made with blood that's causing a lot of buzz. Rather, it's the fact that the portrait is cursed, for those who've owned it claim to have encountered strange activity at home. Sean Robinson can attest to this, as he currently owns the painting. The Anguished Man, the name of this painting, has haunted Robinson and his family ever since they brought it home. One night, Robinson decided to record the painting to show others the authenticity of his claims, and what he captures is pretty chilling.
Hello, I've just set the picture of the Anguished Man back up in the top bedroom. I'm going to record it for approximately 8 hours, see if we can catch some of the activity. As you can see, some of the paint is starting to crack. It's still on its original wooden frame. So I'm going to set up the recording equipment and leave it for approximately 8 hours, and I'll leave the light on.
As always, what do you think? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peyton Cardino was lying in bed while using her phone. However, unlike most nights, Cardino was feeling a little uneasy. It might have been the fact that she just saw something in her closet. So, not knowing what to do, as she was petrified by the fact that her closet might be haunted, she decides to use her phone to record. Whatever she captures, she thought, would hopefully confirm her suspicion of there being a ghost. She swore she saw a face and wanted to prove it. But, after having pressed record and zooming in, this happens. According to Cardino, the sound was one of her plants falling down. The odd thing about this, though, is that it fell on its own,